Hello, sir. Hello, Bhandari, sir.
Yes, yes, sir.
They are
We will
ready. You
start.
can start.
हाँ.
Okay. Yes, yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Aishwarya Deshmukh, we will start with you.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, प्रेझेंटेशन देईपर्यंत व्हिडिओ ऑन ठेवा बरं का, पण जे तुमचं रेकॉर्डिंग चालू आहे, सो दॅट यू द स्टुडंट हॅज गिवन द वायवा आपल्याला करता येईल.
The social depiction of
हॅलो ऐश्वर्या, आर यू रेडी?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
कॅमेरा ऑन ठेवा तुमचं प्रेझेंटेशन असेपर्यंत फक्त, नंतर यू कॅन स्विच ऑफ.
Sir, am I visible?
Yes, yes. You are visible. Your voice is also coming. No problem.
Sir, I'm gonna talk about the novel which is written by Arvind Adiga. The name of the novel is The White Tiger. The White Tiger is the novel which is written by Mr. Arvind Adiga, and this novel won the Man Booker Award, the fourth Man Booker Award, and this is one of the famous novel in India. And also many films and short stories are also done on this movie. So The White Tiger is the novel in which we can see the globalization, the corruption in India, also the civilization, the freedom, the individualism of the person, and the poverty. The main theme of this novel is darkness of the people. The darkness shows the poor people in India, and also the narrator of the novel is Balram Halwai. Balram Halwai written a letter to the president of China, that how he came from the very poor family to the businessman. He did many wrong works. Also, he did corruption and many wrong things. But he wrote all this in his novel. So, sir, can I off the camera and then I'll explain.
Aishwarya, don't feel awkward.
Okay,
If
sir.
you don't remember the things, you can take the help of notes. Okay, but you just
Okay,
keep your camera on. Okay, no
okay,
problem for your presentation, right?
okay, sir. So, Sir Arvind Adiga was born in 1974 in Madras, and he is an Indo-Australian writer and journalist. Adiga grew up in Mangalore and then later moved on to Sydney with his family. He studied English literature in Columbia College of Columbia University. Then he received his graduation degree in English literature in 1997 from the prestigious Columbia University of USA. He was one of the Man Booker. He won the Man Booker Prize. He was the fourth Indian who won Man Booker Award. Then he won the Man Booker Prize after the Salman Rushdie, Arundhati Roy, and Kiran Desai. Then about the novel, this is the epistolary novel written in the form of a letter to the Chinese Prime Minister Wen Jiabao. This is a dark comedy satire. This is the first person narration. The narrator of the story is Balram Halwai, who wrote his life experience and his biography through the letters. And the technique is flashback. Then The novel divided into the 8 chapters. The second morning, the second night, the fourth night, the fifth morning, fifth night, sixth night, seventh night, and eighth morning. So there are 8 chapters in this novel, which the novel is divided into. Then the plot and overview. The entire novel is narrated through a letter by Balram Halwai to the Premier of China, who is soon going to visit India. In Lakshman Nagar, Balram was born, and he was born and brought up in Lakshman Nagar. He belongs to very poor family. His father was a struggling rickshaw driver. His mother died when he was 7 years old. In this novel, his grandmother was a lady who is very dominating, and she was not supportive at all. Balram Halwai couldn't continue his education because of his family background. His parents asked him to join his brother in tea shop to collect money for the dowry of his cousin. So he couldn't continue his education. He was very smart and good student. Many teachers used to appreciate him. He also wants to get education and wants to be a rich man, but he couldn't because of his poorness or whatever it is. So he's good in studies, and the inspector who comes for the school to visit was impressed by his skills, and he called him the White Tiger. He gave him the name White Tiger, which shows a very which word is very positive for him. So that's why he gave a White Tiger name to this novel. White Tiger meaning is he is rare and exceptional. Right. But he has to leave his school because his family forces him to work. After some time, he decided to become a driver. He learns driving, and he joins to the Stork's house. The Stork was one of the landlord in his town. There were 4 landlords in his town. So the Stork was one of them. And Balram Halwai joined as a driver to his son's car. His son's name was Ashok. He was a very intelligent, handsome, and good-hearted man. He trusted Balram Halwai, unlike his family. None of his family used to trust Balram Halwai because his aura was kind of wicked, and the wife of Ashok, her name is Pinky. She used to hate Balram Halwai because she gets the negative vibes from him. But Ashok was the one who trusted him and gave him job. So okay. So Pinky Madam drives car while drunk and accidentally hits and kills a child. Ashok's family puts pressure to Balram to accept that he was the driver at that night, and he did this to the boy, and the boy was died. So after that, Balram Halwai went to jail. He was in jail for many years. After that, Ashok rescued him by giving money to police. So at that time, Balram Halwai get to know that money can buy anything. So if he learned that corruption is the necessary, and also from very young age, he faced many things that many things by which he got to know that no one is honest in this era. So that's why he also become one of them. He betrayed Ashok sir, who was the master of him. So one day he killed him, and Ashok sir had 7 lakh rupees. So he get this 7 lakh rupees, and he started his own business, and he gave it a name, the White Tiger. The White Tiger. mm, the company's name was the White Tiger. So he started it. So the characters of this novel are Balram Halwai, the narrator, protagonist, and anti-hero. He narrates his story from the ranks to riches. Mr. Ashok, he was a bold, smart, and intelligent man. He was good-hearted. Then the Pinky Madam was wife of Ashok. She was from America. She always wants to settle in America. So after the accident done by her, she broke her marriage with Ashok, and she went to America. Then the Kusum is grandmother of Balram. She was a wicked lady and a dominating also. Then Vijay, Balram's childhood hero. Vijay was a politician. He goes in politics, but after some time he also started doing corruption. So Balram Halwai thinks that if he can do this, then I can also do this, because he was the hero for him. Then the Stock was one of the landlord. He was very wicked. He was not a good person. He used to hit poor people, and he used to do wrong things with them. Then there are some other characters also, like Vikram Halwai, then who was the father of Balram. Then the cousins, the aunts, the other servants, like Krishna and all. So there were other peoples in this novel. The themes of the novel are corruption in India. The corruption in India is the thing which is basically shown the most in every chapter of this novel. So Balram Halwai is again and again facing corruption and dishonesty of people. So this is the main thing which is shown in this novel. Then the globalization is shown he also grew from very poor. He also grew from poor to rich by doing his work, like he start up his company, and many other things were included in this. Then freedom and individualism. So from childhood, Balram was always controlled by other peoples, like his family, then by Stork, by Ashok. So he always wanted to get free and do something by his own. He was always aspirant. He wanted to do something which is extraordinary. So he was finding his individualism, and then finally in the story he found his freedom. He get free, and he started his business, and he became a millionaire. And then the next is class difference. So in this story the class difference is shown. There are two class. One is poor class and other is rich class. So in this novel, Arvind Adigaji shows the class discriminancy. So how rich people used to treat poor people, and how poor people cannot do anything. They always become recessive, and the rich people was always dominate on them. They used to make them feel guilty about the poorness or the condition of them. Then the social mobility is also one of the best and important theme in this story. Then morality. So in this story, Ashok was killed by Balram. Then Stock used to beat Balram. Then from childhood he used to see how people never help to poor people. They always run behind the money and the power. So this is the morality which we can see in this story, that no one was honest to each other. Then social and political issue. So there are many political issue as we see in this story, like uh, So the symbols of the novel are the chandelier. The symbols both his success at becoming a wealthy businessman and his success at moving from the darkness to the light. How he became so rich by his aspirant, but he didn't use a good way for this. He killed his master, which was very wrong thing. But still, he was at this situation where he wants to become powerful at any condition. He forget his morality, he forgets his honesty, and he becomes literally a bad man. The black fort the symbolizes the extreme poverty life. The rooster coop, the central metaphor, represents in the darkness a life where the roosters or people cannot choose their own fate, where they live in poverty, where they have no real control over their lives. So basically this was my project, and that's it. Thank you.
Okay, nice presentation, Aishwarya. You have made a good study. What do you think? Balram has murdered Ashok. Do you think it is a right decision by Balram?
No, sir, it was totally wrong. But he gets so blind, and he run behind money. So he wants to kill Ashok because from the childhood he used to see how people betrayed each other, how they are dishonest with each other. So for him it was not a big deal. He was always wicked from inside, but he never showed it.
Okay. Davane sir?
Aishwarya, your
Yes.
presentation was very good. We like you studied Adigas, the White Tiger, thoroughly. Okay, for
Yes.
that one, appreciate you. I want to ask a simple question about the White Tiger. What is the name of Balram's beloved?
Beloved
Hmm.
means a family.
No, to whom he loves a lot, Balram.
Sir, he loves his mother, but
I'm
right
talking
now,
about beloved.
sir, he loves money basically. Right now,
No. I asked the question, what is the name of Balram's beloved?
sir,
Beloved.
beloved. Okay, sir. So the sir, in this story there is no one to whom Balram loves, leave his house, and he never go back there. So he leaves his house when he used to work at Ashok's place. So he never go to his house. So there is no one he really loves.
No, in the White Tiger, there is a particular reference regarding his beloved. Okay. So okay, thank you very much.
Thank you,
Okay.
sir.
Bhandari sir,
Yes, yes. Okay, nice presentation, Aishwarya. What was the exact title of your project?
The social depiction of
The social
the social
depiction of
depiction evil
depiction of
peoples in
social
India.
issues. Acha,
Evil peoples, yeah,
depiction of social issues
in India.
in India. Okay. Now we will go with the next student, Pratiksha Rajput.
हाँ sir.
Pratiksha, please start your presentation.
My name is Pratiksha Rajput. My topic name is a study of John Keats sonnets. Of the 67 sonnets composed by John Keats, the sonnets thus present, the sonnets pres the sonnet thus proposed thus present an ample spectrums of Keats sonnets writing, and 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 writing career. From 1814 to 1819, to Chatterton, to Lord Byron, Oh Solitude, If I Must With Thee Duel, and to Had a Man's Fair Form, and another 63 sonnets composed by John Keats to Chatterton. The sonnet was published in Richard Monckton Milnes 1848. The sonnet showed that the Chattertons had real poetic capacities. The sonnet sonnet is permitted not by sadness of death. To O Solitude, If I Must With Thee Duel. This sonnet was published in Leigh Hunt's The Examiner magazine in 1816. It was reprinted in 1817. Cowden, Clark had rightly noted that this was the first Keats published poem. The sonnet is logically articulated into two parts, octave and sestet. The sonnet opens with an apostrophe to solitude, and Keats expresses the desire to Lord Byron. This sonnet was written in December 1814, and it was published in Richard Monckton Milnes 1848 edition of Life Letters and Works of Keats. The sonnet thus present the admiration of the early Keats for the early Byron. The sonnet dedicated to Chatterton's maybe to Had I Man's Fair Form. This sonnet probably written in 14 Feb 1816. It was published in Poems 1817. This sonnet was written to be a Valentine written for John Keats for Mary Frogley, who was friend of Matthew's sister and cousin of Richard Woodhouse, who is Keats' friends. John Keats was born on 31st October 1795. He was an English romantic poet. He was one of figure of the second generation English romantic poet, along with P.B. Shelley and Lord Byron. He was the eldest four of surviving his younger sibling George Thomas and Frances Mary. His father first worked as hosteler. That time he was born. His parents unable to afford to return to Harrow. So in the midsummer he was sent off. He was sent off John Clark's school in who is that is Infield. Infield at the 13 age, he awarded academic prize in 1809 in April 1804. In April 1804, his father was died cause of skull fracture. After 2 months later, after 2 months he married.
Okay,
In the-
Pratiksha,
he died in
you have made good study. Just tell me what is the rhyme scheme of Milton sonnet?
Sonnet. I don't know, sir, but I studied only
You have studied
John Keats
sonnet, the
sonnet.
genre of literature. Okay. You should know what is the rhyme scheme of Shakespearean sonnet?
I don't know, sir.
Okay, you should know it. Okay, Done sir, please go ahead.
Okay, thank you, Bandari sir. Uh, you just tell me octave and sestet are the parts of sonnets. So what is meant by octave and what is meant by sestet?
Octave means a stanza of 8 lines. Sestet means a stanza of 6 lines.
Okay. So what did you find in John Keats sonnets? What is your opinion about John Keats sonnets?
John Keats sonnets are expresses the desire, concerns, and sorrow.
Over, Pratiksha?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you, Pratiksha.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, now we will go with the last student of BA third year, Miss Mahadevi Wagmare. Mahadevi, please start your presentation. PG students, third yearचं presentation चालू आहे. Okay. Last student, Mahadevi is the last student. Then we will go with your presentation. पण 15 मिनिटाची 45 मिनिटाची लिंक संपते. ही मीटिंग संपल्यानंतर परत तीच लिंक क्लिक करून जॉईन व्हायचं. ओके. एक मला वाटतं 10 मिनिटं आणखी वेळ आहे. 10 मिनिटामध्ये थर्ड इयरचं प्रेझेंटेशन संपेल. मग पुन्हा परत तीच लिंक जॉईन करून तुम्ही परत मीटिंगला अटेंड राहायचे सो दॅट वी कॅन कंटिन्यू आवर प्रेझेंटेशन.
Okay, Mahadevi, you can start your presentation.
Mahadevi, please start.
Good afternoon, sir. My project topic name is A Patriotic Theme in Walt Whitman's Poetry, a Study. I choose this topic because of last year I learned the one poem. Hello, sir.
Yes, Mahadevi,
what happened,
आवाज
Mahadevi?
ऐकू येतोय. You go on.
Good afternoon, sir. My project topic name is A Patriotic Theme in Walt Whitman's Poetry. This project is divided into 5 chapters. The first chapter is related to introduction of poetry, introduction of project, abstract introduction, the scope of project and the objective, and the introduction of Whitman's career and life. The second chapter is about the writing style and the poems of Walt Whitman, which is choose the 5 poems, and the third chapter is about the patriotic theme in Walt Whitman's poetry, and I choose the 2 poems, O Captain, My Captain, and Poets to Come. Then fourth chapter is about the patriotic theme in Walt Whitman's poetry, which is about the 3 poem, Beat Beat Drums, Oneself I Sing, and I Hear America Singing. And the fourth is about the conclusion and the references. Firstly, I would like to tell about the Walt Whitman. So Walt Whitman is the American poet, essayist, and journalist, which is born on May 31st in 1819, West Hills in Long Island. His mother is a Quaker background, and his father is a free radical Democrat. His mother is especially close to the Walt Whitman. No, they have 9 children, but they are connected and close with the Walt Whitmans because of his something special, and with his writing style. And now I tell about my project. I choose the 5 poems: "O Captain, My Captain," "Beat Beat Drums," "Poets to Come," "Oneself I Sing," and "I Hear America Singing," which is I concern about the patriotic theme of Walt Whitman is a patriotic and the democratic poet of America. He wrote in his poem patriotic themes, which shows the he was close, and he how he represent his nation and proud of on his nation. To tell about "O Captain, My Captain." It is an elegy about the Abraham Lincoln, who is the president of America from 1818 to 1865. He write about the assassination of Abraham Lincoln. The "O Captain, My Captain" is the poem. It is the most famous and influential poem in the Leaves of Grass. He he was published in the 1865 when was Abraham Lincoln assassinated. The poem is about the suffering of captain. Three metaphors are used in the poem. The first is the captain, the second is the second is the voyage, which is and the third is the ship. The ship is about the nation, which America, and the voyage is um, the suffering and the work of the captain, and the captain is Abraham Lincoln. The poem is about the all work of his president, and how he assassinated, and how he cannot see the freedom when the but captain is doing and working hard, but at the last of moment he can't see, and his death, and the second poem is Beat Beat Drums. It is about the war. It is about the war. According to Walt Whitman, he says about the patriotism. He tells the peoples during the difficulties and the crisis time, we want to helping each other. It is the such a patriotic emotions uh, of our life. He says through the beat drums, you want to uh, destroy a silence. You want to know the suffering of people during the war, and how the suffering the people on the war, and how the people are uh, devoted and sacrifices their lives in the war. And the second is the one self I sing. It is the idea of modern man, ideal of American state, and the generation of ideal of self. He oneself I sing. It is the poem about self, and in this poem, Walt Whitman stated his general idea, which we can see in this poem. How the America we can through this idea, how can we make our nation beautiful, the progress, and
Okay, Mahadevi, you have made a good study. Just what do you think in "O Captain, My Captain"? Has the ship anchored safely to the shore? The ship, what is the ship addressed in Oh Captain, My Captain?
Yes, sir. The ship is addressed is whole America, which is
Yes.
which is
Has it come safely to the shore? Has the ship come safely to the seashore?
yes, sir. Swiftly, the ship
Yes.
come seashore unsafely, but the captain is not alive, and at the moment he has death.
Yes. Dhavne sir, please.
Okay, okay. Maya Devi, your presentation is very good. Okay, and you studied very nice on wall treatment. But I want to ask a simple question. Do you find patriotic theme in means Walt Whitman's "Oh Captain, My Captain"?
Yes, sir.
Uh,
Uh,
could you
oh,
please
captain.
explain in brief?
Yes, sir. Oh Captain, My Captain, it is an LEG. When we can read this poem, we cannot understand, but at the brief and when we see the analysis and appreciation of this poetry, we can find the all things which is when we read it poem, a captain, the words are captain,